All right, welcome to another episode of Virginia Sports Exchange, where sports and business intersect. Virginia Sports Exchange is a podcast where we discuss the dynamics of sports and opportunities it creates on and off the field and economically for individuals and our region, interviewing those with multiple roles in athletics. I am your host, Stephen Lewis. Big thanks to Jonathan Johnson for the platform. Follow us on IG at VA Sports Exchange and hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel, Virginia Sports Exchange, to stay locked in with us and help our platform continue to grow. Today's show is sponsored by 6335 Restaurant. 6335, where great food meets great vibes. Call 804-728-1768 for more information. That's 804-728-1768, 6335 Restaurant. The show is also sponsored by 804 Coaches for Change, a local nonprofit that gives youth education-based athletic and activity opportunities that may not normally exist. March is Women's Month. 804C4C has its annual Women's Month Zoom on Monday, March 30th at 7 p.m. with special guest and author Stacey Hawkins Adams. Visit 804coach, the number 4, change.org for the link and for more information. We hope to see you guys on that Zoom. We are thrilled to have former St. Chris standout and JMU star linebacker Trent Hendrick in the Virginia Sports Exchange studio today with us. Trent, my man, what's up? What's up? Good to see you, man.
Man, good to see you. Thanks for having me, Coach Lou. I'm glad to be on the podcast. Glad to be back home.
You know it, man. Thank you. I know your schedule is busy, man. I appreciate you working some time in with us for him real quick. What a career, man, you had at JMU. All-American, Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year. We were just talking about that, chopping that up, how that was a big surprise for you. 106 tackles, 7 for loss. I mean, led the team to the CFP this past year in 2026. Just talk about your career, man, how everything went this past year.
This past year it was real good, man. I mean, the team, just the guys, and that's what separates. Talking to other guys who play and other guys who had programs that aren't as successful as JMU. It's the culture. We had a real good culture, like we do every year. But everyone was bought in, and all the guys were older. We had a whole lot of guys who came in from that 2022 recruiting class from Kurt Signetti. And we were able to stick it out. And quarterback Lonzo, running back Wayne Knight. All our stars, a whole lot of guys who made plays for us. JT, Jacob Thomas, big Virginia guy. We all came in together, and we talked about staying together and being able to get the thing done. I'm glad we got it done. It felt good.
Talk about, man, the coaching changes and still being able to have that type of culture. I think at this point, if you could bottle something like that with all the changes and stuff you made, how are you guys able to do that?
Yeah, I mean, that's super hard, but that's just the nature of the beast now. With this college football stuff going on, the portal and the NIL going around, just guys up and leaving. But to be able to retain that culture, like you said, it's the locker room. That's one thing about JMU. We always played for each other. It was never, no matter who was coaching, it was always you want to play for the guy next to you more so than you playing for coach. Coach is gonna be there, but coach not there in between the white lines.
Oh, that's dope.
So it's like we really spend time with each other in the locker room, outside the locker room, kicking it on the game, whatever, eating, breaking bread together, stuff like that. It makes us, a real team. And then we go out there and ball. The talent there, every team talented.
Sure.
It's just, are you disciplined? And then you believe that you can win.
Yeah.
Every time we go out, we always believe we can win. No matter what time the game is going to be, who we play, where we play, we always going in there with the mindset that we can win.
Got you. So were you a big part of that in terms of that culture stuff? Because you were obviously that 2022 class coming in, the guys that stayed. Was that kind of on your mind? Like, basically, whoever comes in here, man, like, y'all just get behind me and follow me.
I mean, for sure, especially as I was an older guy. But, I already have a big personality, as you know. I'm a locker room guy, so it's like, all that stuff. People naturally always gravitated towards me. But being an older guy and being more experienced and being a guy who's seen it and been around at JMU, it was definitely time for me to take my leadership to the next level for my junior year when Kurt Signetti first left and Chesney first came. And then going into my senior year, I was at the peak at that point. So, everything was flowing and we were just moving.
Gotcha. Stephen Lewis here, Virginia Sports Exchange with Trent Hendrick. Patience, man. I think about that word for you.
Yeah, for sure.
We kind of talked about it already. You didn't hop around. You stayed through the process, stayed through the coaching change, and then boom, starting role, captain, all accolades and stuff. So just talk about that word for I know a lot of young people probably need to hear, about patience in this game.
And like you said, it started for me just even in high school, looking at my recruitment going through high school, it was a little slower than I expected, you know, because I knew I had the talent, I knew what I was doing out on the field, you know, I knew what I looked like compared to my peers. So you just, you know, it's cliche, but you got to trust the process. You know, trust the process, and comparison is a thief of joy. You know, that's another big thing. You know, you can't.
I love that term.
You can't look at the next man and look at his journey and look at his success and then expect the same for yourself, because you're not him and he's not you. You know, everybody has their own path, and then once you stay to it, you got to make good decisions. And then, as far as making my decision to go to JMU, you know both my parents, and you know they
shout
raised
out
me.
Kevin and Crystal.
Yeah, shout out to my folks for making me who I am today. But they raised me in a way to which I could make decisions from my own. You know, by the time I was that age and started to make decisions of where I wanted to continue my academic and athletic career and stuff like that. So, you know, to be able to make decisions on my own and really weigh out what's best for me, what's going to be the best program for me, what's going to get the best out of me, that was huge. And then as far as through college, you know, staying patient, that's just how it works. You know, I got in, I was playing special teams my freshman year. You know, I played every single special team. I was a dog on special teams. You earn your trust. You know, you get on the field for a little bit with your coach and all that, and then you just work your way up in the totem pole. Just like in high school, you got to work your way up. In college, you got to do the same thing.
That's right.
And then one thing I say about like with the coaching change, and as far as my decision to stay at James Madison throughout all 4 years, a whole lot of guys I feel like don't really have confidence as far as to be the guy. You know, I knew that. You know, I could have left. I was multiple times I could have left. I could have left after my sophomore year, and I definitely could have left after my junior year.
Yeah, people were coming.
Yes, but it's, you know, what I've built up at JMU is I'm the guy. You know what I'm saying? These guys are behind me. You know, we got good leadership, good culture, stuff like that. People leave that and go to another program not knowing that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. You know,
you knew what you knew.
I knew what I knew. I knew what I knew. I knew I was comfortable at JMU. Not to say that I'm scared to get out of my comfort zone, but you know, talking about your senior year, talking about this last year, you know, I want to be somewhere where I'm good, I'm comfortable, I know where I'm living at, I know where to get something to eat at.
That's right.
I don't have to worry about all the excess stuff, so I can just really focus in on ball. And I feel like being able to do that was allowing me to take my game to the next level for sure. So, you know, I'm glad, you know, I made all the decisions that I made. I'm glad I, you know, stayed patient, like you said. And I feel like that's a big thing, like you said, with the youth now.
Yeah.
You just want instant gratification. It doesn't always work like that. You know, sometimes you got to sit behind somebody. Sometimes you have to do a little work in the dark to be, you know.
Trent, that is tough, man. That graphic get done. You know what I mean? You're in your high school uniform, just ripping to the college one. Oh, do that graphic. Oh, put out. Everybody like it. And okay. All right. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
It's over with.
Right.
Now you're back at the bottom.
Exactly. Now you're just a guy again.
Exactly. So I think that's a lot of where a lot of young athletes kind of struggle. It's like, man, I want more attention. I want more love. Like, now you gotta work your way back up to get that.
Right. You gotta play. You gotta go out there.
You gotta go play.
A lot of people think stuff just gets handed to you. Like, if nothing gets handed to you.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, just talking high school. I was talking to Matt, just talking about the younger guys and all that stuff. Yeah, Matt Grant, and about the recruitment, and like, you know, that's like you almost expect something, or like guys are sometimes entitled to certain things, and it's like as a high schooler, even now,
tough.
It's super tough because they recruit in the portal.
For sure.
If I was a coach, I'm not kicking out too many offers to high schoolers. I'm just recruiting portal because these guys already done it.
Correct.
So to expect something now, like, you're crazy. You know, you're kind of crazy. Like, you got to work for it. You got to work even 2 times, 3 times harder than what we did to have to work for it. But it's out there. It's out there for sure. If you work hard enough, it's out there.
Yeah. And you said it. My next question was special teams.
Yeah.
And I love that you play special teams, and you played it all 4 years. Usually guys, when they are in their starting spot, it's like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and leave that to the young guys. We'll focus on this. But you still wanted to play special teams. Talk about that.
Yeah, so freshman year, I played everything: kickoff return, punt return, all that stuff. We had like a tally system that we used to rank like production, all that stuff. And I won special team player of the year on the team. That's and got me a pair of shoes. You know, coach got me a free pair of shoes. Shout out Coach Kane for that. He got me a free pair of shoes or whatever. So that was cool. That's what I was playing for. But you know, as I got older, you know, I haven't, like, this past year, I don't run down on kickoff or stuff like that anymore. But punt, like stuff like that. Punt is one of the most important plays on football. You know, if you're a football savant, you know,
possession,
possession, field position. That's huge. You know, you can flip the game with that stuff. Like, you know, a block punt. I don't know if you know, but you get a block punt, your chances of winning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you skyrocket. It's almost impossible to lose if you block a punt. And then on the other side, if you get that punt block, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. So just being able to play special teams and put that on tape for all 4 years, especially punt. It goes to show your respected player. Your coach trusts you to go out there. You can do multiple. You can just go out and be physical, go out and play. That's a real football play.
Sure.
And I think special teams. Talking to my younger guys on the team, I would tell them special teams should be the easiest. You don't have to think.
Right.
You don't have to think. It's 13 seconds. You just go out and do you. 13 seconds all out. That's what we used to say. Just either you're running, hitting, blocking. It's no play. You just out there playing ball. So that should be the easiest thing to do. Go out there and you know what I'm saying. And then some dude's scared to hold the bag. Sometimes you got to hold the bag. You know what I'm saying. Some of the young guys don't want you too good to hold the bag.
Yeah.
Now when coach leave at the end of the year, and now you wanna hold the bag. Now you wanna.
Too late.
It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late. Coach already know who he's taking with him. Correct. And the new coach coming in already knows that you weren't holding that bag week 1 through 8.
Gotcha.
So it's like you come through week 9 when he starts scouting practice and stuff. You trying to hold the bag. You trying to do this, that, and the third.
He pick up on film.
We've been trying to tell you, and I tell him this. Yeah. This stuff I tell you. I don't bite my tongue at all. I'll tell him like why you not sweating today. Yeah. I'm looking at you not sweating. Coach see that too. Yeah. You're not sweating. You out here, you lollygag. You look like you don't want to be out here. Coach shouldn't have to tell you that if I can see it look like you're not doing nothing, coach definitely can see you look like you're not doing nothing. Right. So when the time comes, when spring cleaning come around,
it is what it is.
You get swept up or you know what I'm saying? You get put on the shelf or you get swept up. So it's one of the other ones. So, the special teams is huge for football. Absolutely. And it don't take a lot. It don't take a lot. It's just effort. Effort and want to. Effort and want to.
And that's why I think people, again, we go back to it. You're coming out of high school. I'm all this. I'm all that. Like, I want to go in and play my position right away. Well, it's 80 other people.
Exactly.
100 other people trying to do the same thing. What are you going to do to make yourself different? And I think you definitely did that.
Got you.
Man, for sure. Stephen Lewis here, Virginia Sports Exchange here with Trent Hendrick, JMU star linebacker. So getting kind of back to the NIL, I didn't want to forget that special teams part. So you have a really good junior year, tackling people all over the place. So now people are coming after you in terms of NIL. How hard was it to be like, no, I'm going to stay here. It might be a little more money over here, but I'm going to stay here and ride it out.
For sure. Very hard. Yeah. Very hard. As you can imagine, and especially, it's not all made for me. We all grew up comfortable for sure. Always had everything I needed, everything I wanted. But it's life-changing money they're throwing around. Mom and dad still going into work every single day. We still paycheck to paycheck. It's like sis still got student loans, on the back end. So I'm, it's hard to turn stuff like that down. But going back to what I said, as far as those relationships I was able to make with the guys in my class, like specifically, I'm thinking Jacob Thomas right now. That's my fellow captain. Star safety for JMU, and calling guys like Zoe, our quarterback, calling guys that's been around and guys who are going to lead the team, who led the team last year. Like we had those conversations, like, yo, look, we trying to stick it out, we trying to stay around another year, we trying to do it, trying to do it how it needs to be done the right way, and I think that was huge, and that's stuff that you're not going to be able to find a whole lot more in the college football world, sadly, but I'm glad that we all made the decision to remain at James Madison, regardless of what other opportunities was out there. Because, like I said, the grass isn't always green on the other side. You'd be making all this money, but would I have been player of the year? You know what I'm saying? Would I have had the year that I would have had? Would I have been a guy? Would I have been able to use my voice? Would they have been able to follow and listen to me? Be able to take leadership? Would I fit into the culture that I'm going to? You don't know. I know JMU is a great spot to play football at. A great community, great school. Those people love ball. Stadium packed out every weekend. Streamers, they throwing the streamers. It's one of the greatest places to play ball at. So it's hard to leave.
Yeah, for sure. So how did NIL work? Because you're kind of coming in.
Yeah.
It wasn't really going. And then, boom, it's here. So did you have to negotiate? Was it already, hey, this is what you're getting? Like, how did that kind of work? Did you have to get agents? Were you looking to try to get NIL opportunities outside of school with commercials and stuff like that? Like, how did all of that work? But you're still playing football and trying to focus on going to school and getting done on the field.
So my freshman year, like you said, it was kind of new. Cursing at these old schools. So, he only had a couple guys. Like, it was if you know, you know. Like, I was so young. I'm just trying to focus on me. I'm not even worried about, it's got a couple guys. About a handful maybe. But every year it would like double almost, as you can imagine, because you need more guys on the NIL, you need more money getting brought in. JMU always did what they could do, we don't even have a whole lot for as far as in our conference. We're not just even looking at other, obviously Power 4 schools, big powerhouses are going to, rack in millions of dollars, for NIL and stuff like that. But we didn't even have a whole lot compared to like other schools like ODU or like Georgia Southern, like schools that we blowing out.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Just to compare, just like the money, and I don't, when you get to looking into stuff like that, that's going to frustrate you.
Yeah.
So I don't even look into stuff like that, But as far as once I did start getting the NIL opportunities through the school, you would have to negotiate. You do have to, what I'm saying. Sometimes you have to slide that envelope back, like this ain't looking right. You don't want and I'm a nice guy. You didn't have to do that.
Yeah,
but you got to do what you got to do.
Exactly.
You got to do what you got to do. Like, hey, it's just not looking right. Go back to the job.
Yeah,
it's like it's becoming semi-pro at this point. So it's like minor leagues. It's like you that's what it's become.
Yes.
But I didn't get into the agent stuff until I was finishing with my senior year. Throughout my senior year, agents would be hitting me up, and agencies would be hitting me up as far as representation going into the league in this process, like the draft process. And towards the back end of the season, I would start to respond more, and then I would call and start to feel out the agents and stuff like that. And, educate myself on. I was talking to the older players, who've been through the process already, so I wouldn't be ignorant on what to say and think. And I also had one a big brother to me. He played with me, Julio Iaville. I had him on the calls with me because mom and pop. Big Kev ain't never played no ball. He ain't never been D1 before.
Right. Yeah.
So he don't. You know what I'm saying? Mom don't know. They don't know. So he's a guy who knows. He's real. I real trust him. Real smart, witty guy. And he was able to sit through the calls with me, and he's also helped other guys, younger guys like Tyreek Tucker. He transferred to Indiana Star, D tackle for them. He helped sit through on those calls and help be able to make sure the agent not getting over on you. And, educate you on what to look for and stuff like that. So that process was cool. And then you get the agent right after your last game. So then after that, I was about ready to sign, and I signed with my agent, and everything was good.
Awesome. So Stephen Lewis here, Virginia Sports Exchange with Trent Hendrick, JMU star linebacker. Moving towards that now, we're talking NFL. So sociology major at JMU. You took a break this semester.
No,
correct? You finishing online?
Yeah, I was
awesome. I know that made mom happy.
Oh, come on now. Come on now. My mom. So I had after the season, I had to throughout the season while I was making my schedule, I made sure, because I was thinking look, I'm gonna be gone after this. After this game, I'm gonna be gone. I don't know where I'm gonna be training and this, that, and the third, but I know it's not gonna be here. So wouldn't talk to my advisors about the process, and they're familiar with the process. But usually it's older guys, grads, who already got the degree, so you don't have to worry about that. But with me, I'm still trying to chase the degree, so I had to search for online classes, this stuff, and senior seminar, I had to communicate. Thank you for my professor, Dr. Lisa Porter. She helped me. I told her what was going on, what I was going through, sent her a nice email, and then I had her my first semester during the season. I had her once a week, and the class was on. I think it was on Tuesday, and it was like from 5. No, I think it might have been from 4 to maybe 7. It was like a 3-hour class.
3 hours, man.
Tuesday, Tuesday, that's the bang day of football. That's a full day. I'm in there going back getting meetings, so that's a full day. I'm in on my Tuesdays. I wake up 6, and I'm not coming home till 8, 8:30, 9. Just long days, and I'd be in class sometimes I'd have to tell her look, you might catch me dozing off. I had a long day, but I made it to class every single day. I always made it to class.
That's awesome.
And so just stuff like that, that effort, she understood what I was going through.
Pays attention to it.
Right, she paid attention to it. And so when I told her what I was going through, my plans for this semester, she was able to, real accepting and real understanding of what I was going through. And now I'm doing an independent study right now, pretty much just talking about my process. I'm doing a big research paper about my process and an NFL draft and just, identity going through, how other athletes have gone through this process and even post ball and stuff like that. So real good, being able to work on something that I'm working on. Make it tailored to me. So, that was different, being able to, and then even while I'm training, I would train at 7 a.m. That's when my group starts. We'd be going for 4 hours. And I had a class. One of my classes, I tried to email, the professor. I was like, look, it's an in-person class. I was like, look, can I get just send me the work. I do all the work online. I'll do some extra. If you let me, what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I can't convert it.
Yeah.
So I got into another class and I joined the Zooms every Tuesday and Thursday while I'm training.
Got you.
2 hours in the training, I'll join my Zoom. I'll have it on with me while I'm working out. The guys will be like, what does that sound? I'm like, it's just me on my Zoom.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
Still
glad you're able to work that out.
Right, yeah. So it's good. Now I'm back. I got a coffee date with the teacher. I'm going to see her in real life, later when I get back from break. So that's real good. Everything going smooth.
Love it. So you're training in Pennsylvania, right? So you moved up there, was it January, right? Like right after the season? I
moved up there right after the season. Yeah, wow. I think January 10th maybe.
Wow. So how's that been going? How's the training going? And what are you really focusing on?
Really good. I was out there with Grissetti Performance. Terry Grissetti is the head guy out there.
Okay.
And it was really good, man. I'd probably say I was in a group about 15 or 16 guys in a skill group at 7 a.m. and the bigs came through at 11.
Yeah.
It was probably about 15 more of them, so maybe roughly 32 total.
Okay.
And it's different because you're training specifically for the pro day. You're not training for ball.
Yeah.
So it's weird. Some of this stuff becomes mundane. You just wake up, you keep doing the same drills. You're trying to chase tenths of a second. So it's like this little tweak is going to get you there. And you don't know when that tenth of a second, you don't know what rep is going to get you that tenth of a second. So you're trying to train it's equally mentally and physically, challenging.
Gotcha.
Trying to do that because you don't know when exactly, this is what's
right. Because you use the results. Like we're gonna rep
you use the results. Until we get it right.
We get these run fits right. We're gonna keep repping it, but this is a little different.
It's a mental battle just as hard as it is physical, man. So it's like just trying to keep yourself, motivated, trying to stay locked in and, be better than what you were the day before. That's something I've been trying to live off of these past couple of months.
Makes sense.
Be a better version of myself.
When is your pro day?
My pro day is the 26th of March.
26th of March. Oh, man. So it's here.
It's here. We had a later pro day. Most of the guys are going this week. Some of the guys that went earlier last week that I was training with. But, the guys doing good. Guys busting out good times, looking good. They had the diet set up. The meals would come to the apartment. I had a nice apartment, roommate stayed with another guy, another linebacker, Big Pat. Shout out Pat, he was from RMU. Got close with him. Got close with all the guys I was working out with because, they almost become like your teammates.
Oh, for sure.
So, they had the meal set up for me. Clean up the diet, reduce the body fat, all that stuff, so you look as good as possible for the scouts. So
and is that going to be at JMU?
Yeah, I'll be doing my pro day at JMU. Some guys from like smaller schools might do it at a bigger school, depending on if scouts come through your school or not. But scouts are gonna come through JMU, especially this year. With the year we got a whole lot of guys that's gonna look to do pro day
for sure. Was it anything specific? I know you chasing sense of the time. Was it the 40? Was it the shuttle that you're trying to improve most?
Everything. You're doing everything. You're doing everything. But the main focus obviously would be the 40.
That 40.
What I'm saying? 40, 40 good. Scouts not even looking at the rest of your stuff.
Correct.
But then if your 40 ain't that good, boom. Okay, now your shuttle jumped off on paper. Your broad jumped off on paper. Now they're gonna pay attention to that stuff more. So
Got you.
But a guy like me, I'll be doing everything.
Yeah.
Some guys had a luxury to I'm not doing this.
Right.
That won't be me. I'll be doing everything.
Definitely. I know it'll be a thrill to get drafted. So obviously that's the goal. But I can also see it being an advantage getting a free agent package as well, because now you can kind of look at the lay of the land of the league and be like, they got these backers. All right, well, I think I can go in here and compete. So
for sure.
What's your mindset kind of going into it when the draft comes in April?
Just coming from the school that we came from, in the position I play linebacker, you're not really getting drafting a whole lot of linebackers. You got your edge rushers, a couple linebackers, freaks of nature, your Arvell Reese, your Sonny Styles, those guys are gonna get drafted.
Correct.
But I'm looking, late round, if anything, if I run a really good time, I might be able to hear my name get called in one of those later rounds. That'll be huge. But if not, looking to be a undrafted free agent, man, looking to find an opportunity, talking to my agents back to special teams. It's back on that totem pole again. You go back, boom. Now I have to work my way from special teams, earn my trust, what I'm saying? Let those guys know that, get my foot in the door, me. Once I get my foot in the door, I'll be good.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be good, and then it's not even just can you play, talking with Terry and a whole lot of the guys that we used to work with, we had, yoga instructor, he played in the league for 10 years. We had, mental fortitude. That we used to practice every week, just as far as preparation of the mind, what to expect, how to feel during this process. And you talked about like your personality is a lot of what carries you, just like a regular corporate world. Some guys are just personality hires.
Yes.
He's really not even qualified really to even do this job, but they keep him around just because he makes everybody else better. Or
yes.
You're a personable guy. Everybody, you know everybody in there. Just the fact that you've got a relationship with everybody in the facility, we'll keep him around.
Yeah.
So just talking about stuff like that, like it's the little stuff like that'll keep you around in the league more so than your talent, because it's not for long anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
So you want to try to drain it for as much as you can possibly get.
Yeah.
But that special teams, that'll be a huge opportunity as far as looking for teams that I'm trying to go to. Talking to my agent about who needs linebackers, who needs special teams type of guys, who needs linebacker bodies, what's going to be the best situation for me.
Yeah, definitely. Stephen Lewis here, Virginia Sports Exchange, here with Trent Hendrick, NFL hopeful here coming up in April. Trent, I'm an NFL GM now. I'm the guy. I'm the one that's going to sign you up. Make your pitch. Why should I pick you up on my team?
I'm just a great guy as far as not just football, but I'm just a good human being. Anybody can play football. All the guys that you've been talking to are talented. That's why we're here. Cerebral, I'm just different than everybody else. And I'm sure you'll be able to know that by the end of this conversation, you'll be able to know that. A lot of guys can't hold a conversation. A lot of guys are personable. A lot of guys can't. And that's what you need out of my position. A linebacker position, you got to be able to communicate.
Green dot.
You got to be a smart, green dot. You got to be able to be a smart guy.
Yes, sir.
You got to be able to work with different personalities. You got to be adaptable. And I'm all those things. And not let a game. Some guys are just naturally, able to go out there and play, which I can do that too. Mm-hmm. But especially my last year, my senior year, the way I break down the game and the way I attack the film study and the way I move like a pro. I would be in the office on Mondays, on the off days. I'm up in there. I'm up in the D staff meetings with coaches every week. Yeah. What play? What you like this play? My linebacker coach DC would ask, what you like? What you feel like? You know what I'm saying? And stuff, relationships like that help us. That's why we were so successful.
Yes.
It's guys like that on the defense, and then once I start doing it, other guys will start doing it. You know what I'm saying? Other guys start to follow. Yeah. So now we're up in there. You got a D lineman, you got a safety, you got a linebacker. There's 3 of us in here. Coaches bouncing the meetings. It's just like we're extension of the coaches now. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, coach can't play for you.
For sure.
It's us out there in the white line. So instead of coach asking what y'all think is going to work the best, how about you ask the players what you think worked the best?
Yeah.
So it's little stuff like that. Just being able to move like a pro is what's going to set me apart from other guys.
I like that. If I had that contract right now, I go ahead and push it to you. Man. I like that. Right. You get me a little fired up.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
Go back 5 years. We haven't talked St. Christopher School graduate as well. I mentioned that St. Chris early. Go back 5 years. We kind of talked about it a little bit. What would you tell Trent Hendrick going into a senior year now, after what you've gone through and the successful career that you had? What would you tell a young Trent Hendrick right now?
Especially going into my senior year, man. You gotta just continue to trust the process, man. Like you've already put in so much work and you're already working on the right path. Mm-hmm. Know that if you just go as hard as you can and continue on the path that you are and keep your head down, like I said, you can't look to the left and to the right while you're in a race, 100-meter dash. You look to the left and the right, that's just only gonna slow you down.
Sure.
You gotta have tunnel vision and keep going. Surround yourself around people. I was talking to my mom earlier today, right before I came here, mom and dad as far as like the youth now, they not like, I got pictures, those pictures of, I got AAU pictures, and group pictures of us and Sky Zone or whatever. It'll be 10 of us. And it's like, oh, where are they at now?
Yes.
All 10 of us went D1.
Yeah.
You have to surround yourself around people that you become who you are around.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really what's separating, guys like us, me, Mac, Drake, guys, we hung up, we grew up together, KP, we grew up together playing ball.
That's right.
Those are my guys. Those are my friends. Not to say you can't have no other friends. You can have other friends, but your friends should match your goals. You should be around like-minded people, and that y'all gonna push each other to get better.
Yeah.
And you have to sacrifice. You're gonna miss out on some of that stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna, after 5th grade, I'm missing every birthday party. I'm at an AAU tournament.
That's right.
We in the hotel, 10
That's
deep.
Right.
You're gonna miss those birthday parties, but it's all gonna pay off. And you just have to want it.
Yeah.
You gotta want it. You gotta want it for yourself. You can't. Dad can't want it more for you. Mom can't want it more for you. Yeah. Dad can't keep speaking for you. You grown now. By the time you're 16, 17, you should be making decisions on your own.
That's it.
And by the time I was 17, I was making decisions on my own for myself. So I'm glad that, I was like that already. But continue to trust yourself is what I would tell myself. You're a smart kid. You've done it all. You've been raised well. Continue to trust yourself. Trust your training. and trust your teaching that you learn from the house, from mom, dad, everybody, you know,
Yeah.
everything, and even the bad stuff that you see from your friends, and all, you know what to do and you know what not to do.
Right.
You know, so
decision making.
Yeah. Now, I'm not perfect by any means.
Yeah.
But you know, is you got to have balance, and you got to know what you really want to do with your life. What do you want to do, and what are you willing to sacrifice to do that?
Yeah.
So I feel like if I was talking to myself, that's what I would say. Just keep your head on a straight path. Know who you're surrounding yourself around.
Yeah.
Continue to surround yourself around greatness.
You've given us some good stuff about young guys, but I'm gonna throw another one out at you. Is there one thing, and you kind of already hit it on it, if you did even elaborate, is there one thing that you would tell a 13, 14-year-old kid coming up, seeing Trent Hendrick, man, Trent about to go to the NFL, I want to be like that. What is one thing you would tell that young man?
I'll tell him go harder. I'll tell him go harder. Whoever it is, go harder. And even talking to myself when I was playing in high school, it'll never be this easy ever again.
Yep.
It'll never be this easy. Rec, AAU, whatever you playing, it'll never be as easy ever again. So go harder.
Yes.
And then these kids that you're playing against, they don't want it as much as you do. Everybody doesn't want to go to school and play D1.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't want to go to school and play ball and do all it. People, this is all they got. Yeah. After AAU, I'm done. Yeah. After middle school, I'm done. After high school, I'm done. So they have that mindset. They already in their mind. They already gonna quit after a couple years.
Tapped out.
They already tapped out.
Yeah.
You have to take advantage of that, and you should be dominating. And that's what I like to talk to the guys who are trying to get recruited and stuff. And you know, they think their recruitment might be too slow, or they think something like that. It should be. I should be able to watch the warm ups. You look different than the rest of these kids on warm up. Everybody doing this warm up, you should be off to the side getting stretched out by yourself. You know, you have to separate yourself.
Yeah.
If you're not separating yourself, I don't know what to say. And then another thing I would say is look in the mirror and look at the guys around you. Or like look at everybody around you, or look at where you want to be and look at what those guys or girls look like, and look at what they do, their habits, what they physically look like, mentally what they do, what they surround themselves with, what they consume, whether that be food, media, whatever it is, what they consume, what are they doing? And if that doesn't match, either change your habits or change your goals. You know, so it's like I was talking the other day, you know, 9th grade, I was only running the ball. I was running the ball, running back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I went to camp.
Tough running back.
Tough. I could run the ball.
Tough running back.
I could run the ball now.
Yeah.
I went to a camp, my first college camp, Duke. I was out there, you know, I went to the camp. I look around the position group. All the guys were right here at me. I was like, okay, you guys right here, you know what I'm saying? Feet were a little bit faster than mine. I said, I'm out of position.
Yeah.
I belong over there on the defensive group. Yeah. And it was that to be able to, you have to be able to be vulnerable enough to say that.
Yes.
Oh, I'm out of position. Or, oh, this not the right. Even if you're at the right position, you at Alabama's camp and everybody else is way a head taller than you and 50 pounds more muscle than you.
And just as fast.
Maybe this is not the camp that you belong at. You know, you got to put pride to you listening to mom and dad trying to get you to go to this camp. This is not for you. Right. I didn't go to any. No, I went to a couple Power 5 camps, but I had the caliber, I had the talent, I had the size, I had the speed, I had everything to do that.
For sure.
Go to who's interested in you.
Yes.
You know, you're not going to chase a girl that don't want you. That don't make any sense, right? Why would you chase her if she doesn't want you? That doesn't make any sense. You would go somewhere when she's showing you interest. She's texting you back.
That's right.
She might call you first. You're not calling her every time. You know, she might spend a little bit of money on you. You're not spending every time you got to go see her. So stuff like that. Go where you want it. You have to open your eyes. I mean, you're smart enough, like you said, 13 years old, 14 years old. You old enough to see that.
Yes.
I'm at AAU playing. I'm like, you guys are getting a little tall. Maybe I'm good at basketball, but maybe this is not for me. Maybe this is not going to be for me. You know, so you got to go with what's rolling, with what's working for you. You know, what's best for you, not what's best for your best friend, not what's best for me, Trent Hendrick. You looking at Trent Hendrick and you 13 years old, you looking what's best for Trent Hendrick. What's best for Trent Hendrick might not be what's best for John Doe, you know. So that's what I would say, my advice to anybody younger.
Man, I love it, man. Trey, thank you so much for taking time with us.
Of course, man. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited for you, man. We cannot wait to see where you land. We know you're going to continue to work hard and whatever opportunity comes available for you, I know you're gonna take advantage of it.
Of course, man. Thank you for having me. I'm so glad to be back in my city, man. Like we talked about, someone told me to just come home and come see family before this pro day. So, you're part of family too. So
I appreciate it.
I'm glad to be able to come back and connect, be able to talk. I love to be able to talk and be able to just get some stuff off my chest with you, man.
Yes,
so I appreciate you for having me on the pod.
Well, anytime you want to come back, once you go ahead and start the NFL career, you come back. Let us know how things go, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Will, for sure.
I'm a Raider fan, so I know I don't want to send you that far away. But we need some guys that want to put some helmets and some pads on people.
Right. That's me.
I love to see that. I love to see that, man. You're a Raider type player too. You got that
right,
that little toughness. Edge,
look, whoever need me, I need you.
I love it. That's another one in the book. Stephen Lewis, Virginia Sports Exchange, here with Trent Hendrick, JMU, NFL hopeful.
Yeah,
we're gonna shout him out, man. 804 in the building. We'll see you next time.